Hey, hey, I'm not getting any of your audio. I can't hear you at all. Hmm.
What about now? Can you hear me
Yes, I can hear you now.
now? Alrighty. And he disappears. Okay. So, just in case anybody's been on and nobody's been able to hear me, let's rewind and start back over. We're going to do a little bit of housekeeping. Um, so, I've got my adult content going at the bottom. Um, what I just said was we're going to talk a little bit about what Spiritually Ratchet is. We're going to start back at the beginning. Spiritually Ratchet is my baby. It was a place for me to come in and one, get comfortable being in front of the camera because I don't like being on camera, even though I do a lot of public speaking and I'm in front of people all the time. I don't like being on camera. Um, Two, it was a place for me to just come and talk with everybody, peers, friends, family, whomever, about topics of all sorts. Topics ranging from the really ratchet, because you know I got ratchet friends and I got holy friends. And it's really cool because I like getting all of my friends together. And sometimes my ratchet friends be hanging with the holy people, and my holy friends be hanging with the ratchet people, and they get mixed up and they get tossed up, and we have fun together. And I like it to be comfortable. So that's where I come up with this housekeeping stuff. That's where I come up with the judge free stuff. So starting from the beginning, all of this is my opinion and it's for my personal entertainment. If you enjoy it, that's great. If you don't, get the fuck out because I don't care. My show, my business. Um, I do not own the rights to any of the music and the videos on here, so don't come for me. I do have a warning label. I usually play it right before I play any of the music or the videos, so Facebook, don't mute me. Um, I do ask that everybody be 18. Um, let's see. Uh, Backdoored on Facebook. Okay, I don't know what that means, but sure. Can you hear me on Facebook now? Everybody needs to be 18 because of the content that we have. It does get very adult in here, but also just for comprehension purposes, 25. We talk a lot about you need to be 25 because your brain is not fully developed, and sometimes we talk about making adult decisions, and you can't make adult decisions unless you are an adult. Hey, cousin. Welcome to the show. How was your day? Hope you've had a good one. You're doing homework. What classes are you taking right now? Hey, Q. What about me? I'm just here shooting the shit, explaining a little bit about what spiritually ratchet is to me, especially for a lot of people who haven't been here for the last couple of seasons, who don't know the history of spiritually ratchet, explaining a little bit about what I won't necessarily call them rules, but why I say some of the things that I do at the top of the show, explaining a little bit about the housekeeping and why I tell you I don't give a fuck. Another one is the don't email me complaints. Um, Topic suggestions, stories, questions, all of that stuff is welcome, but don't come in here complaining. Again, we're all adults. If you don't like it, there's an exit button, there's a block button, there's a scroll option, there's a block. There's a whole bunch of other things that you can do, but what you're not going to do is come in here and bother me. Get the fuck out. If you don't like it, leave. We're real grown in here. We don't do the wine and crime reporting, all that kind of stuff. So, Crime in America, an intro to criminal justice. Oof, you'll be plenty busy there. Crime in America alone. This is a judge-free zone on all levels. Again, if you don't like it, leave. Judge-free zone. So, yeah, I say this more so for my benefit than anybody else's because I did a lot of stupid shit. Like, I can give good advice, not because I feel like I'm really smart, but because I've already done a lot of dumb stuff. So I got a lot of stuff that I can tell you, dude, don't do that. It didn't work out well when I did that. You said, yes, I'm very busy now. I bet you are. Are you doing like a full course load this semester? What all are you doing? She said, do it. Nah, don't do it. I did it. You split it up. That's good. I was gonna say, not gonna give you time to do any work because you need to be doing my makeup, ma'am. No, and that wedding date is coming up soon. Even though I'm not gonna get to go, but I'm not mad. I'll be watching online. Can't wait. All right, just checking to make sure I didn't miss anybody. So, what I was going to talk about tonight was just hot topics, random topics, stuff that I have seen recently in my news app, on TikTok, on Facebook, 29 days until Mrs. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait. Just the madness. Some of the stuff, don't get me wrong, some of the stuff is hilarious. Some of the stuff is funny. Some of the stuff is just stupid. But either way, a lot of it is just cause for conversation. And I just wanted to talk about it. So I was trying to wait and see where this man is at. Because it's more fun when I'm actually on here talking to somebody instead of talking to my brick wall. Do y'all like my brick wall? I can't decide if I want to keep it on here or not. So let me see if I can find the video that I wanted to play. Alrighty, I gotta be smarter than what I'm working with. Because it is not playing. Everybody that's listening to the podcast is gonna be like, what happened here? All of a sudden it's radio silence. I've probably never heard this much silence on any of my podcasts before. Alrighty. And let's see here. Give me 1 second, you guys. Let me take a quick break. Alrighty. There we go. Hey.
Yeah. Hey, got that fixed.
I was wondering if you ran away.
We got it worked out now.
How's it going?
Today has been a day. So, but outside of the day being a day, because it was a day, everything is good. You know what I'm saying? I talked to my dad last night, and he was in an accident, and apparently it was a little more serious injury than what we talked about last night. And then he was like, you know, in the hospital today and stuff. So that happened, and I had to do a whole lot of other stuff around the house and things like that. But I got a lot of stuff done. I had to check on my dad and all of that, and so he's all good. And now I'm in that wind down stage, and but today's Wednesday, so On hump day, we get to get ratchet, but spiritual. We get to get ratchet but spiritual. Hada bobo shanda hida hakuka. Glory to God. Mm, 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 mm. How you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna pray for you and your daddy.
Yes, yes, yeah. Keep my dad lifted up in prayer. We asking all the saints and friends to keep my dad lifted up. Ha, double shanda in prayer. Glory to God. Glory.
You need to, sis. You need to
Yeah.
on so many levels.
Yes. Yes, Lord. Hallelujah.
On so many levels. Now, today wasn't a bad day. Today wasn't a bad day. Uh, we've been talking. I don't know how much you got to hear while you were having your backstage. I don't know what happened. It showed that you were like, according to what you sent me, you were backstage, but you weren't in the backstage on this one. So that was
Yeah,
weird.
I think it must have been like a different link or something because when I went back in, it didn't look anything like it looked exactly like because it was the Boneyard directive, but it didn't look anything like it did when I was on the first time when
These
we started.
Q problems. Q be having problems like this all the time, and we be making fun of him constantly. But I can't let you go out like Q do. So we gonna have we gonna have to work on this because you can't go down like that.
No.
Because Q has technical difficulties every time he turns his computer on. So we can't do that.
Yeah.
All
Nah,
right.
but here we
So
go.
what I wanted to do this week was just hot topics. And
Yes.
I've seen a bunch of stuff over the course of all the socials over the last few weeks. And some of them have been hilarious. And it's a whole love language for me to send videos. If I don't like you, I don't send you videos. If I like you, you got like 85 videos. For me, probably just this morning. I'm sorry. Not really. Probably not. I'm
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Even if I don't like you, if I think it applies to you in some form or fashion, you're still gonna get one or two from me periodically. It's
Hmm.
just what I do. But I send videos all the time. And so I just wanted to send videos or articles that I think apply to something or if it has a message or whatever. So I just figured we'd talk about some. So I know
Yeah.
I send you some all the time.
I'm
Have
with it,
you ever sent?
because everybody's on there. Like now, whatever you see in social media, like any of the memes, any of the reels, a lot of this stuff becomes conversation material. We ran the water coolers talking about it. We don't even talk about the news no more. Like back in the day, see, I'm old. You might not know this, but I'm old. I was
Whatever.
born in a birth year that got a 19 in front of it. See, I was
Dude,
born in the 1900s.
we gotta scroll now.
Yeah, I was born in the 1900s, and that was well over 23 years ago. Yeah, so I remember when we used to talk about the news, but now we talk about what's happening on Reels, what's happening on different people's podcasts. We coming relevant though. We making ourselves relevant now by talking about what people are talking
You
about.
get most of your news from the socials now
Yeah, yeah.
because you'll see and it's funny because I read something because I have the news app, right? So I'll read it in the news app, then I'll ask my kid about it because he'll either know about it from school or it'll be on one of the socials that he
Mm.
hears about or they see at school. Because it was something that they have a school Twitter account where the school
What?
makes, yeah, the schools have their own Twitter accounts where the schools make posts and stuff too. It's a mess.
My lord.
Yeah. So, like, crap you got to keep up with. But anyway, I'm going through some of the stuff that I've sent you recently.
Yeah.
And just wanted to, and we'll pick out some random ones. They don't have to be necessarily deep in conversation. They can be funny, they can be whatever, but just how impactful it is to our mentals. If it's something that's funny, why is it funny?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Now, are you able to like share that so like people can see this? I know like once this goes to audio later, nobody will know what even the hell we're talking about. But are you able to
Well,
share what people can see?
so I can sometimes. So what I'm trying to do right now is bring myself on.
Are we about to get you savvy then, huh? You about to learn something new.
Oh no, I've done it before. I just haven't done it
Okay.
in a while.
Okay. Been a
But
while.
yeah, so I can join um doo-doo-doo, on my phone and like open it in another window and be all third party-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, but so anyway, while you get that, um, one of the ones that you sent was a video of like this pastor talking about. Now he didn't say this, but on Spiritual Ratchet, you can say this type of stuff. He was on there talking about fuck them kids. He was on a real fuck them kids vibe, and he did not say that. I'm just gonna reiterate. As a matter of fact, it don't even matter that I say he didn't say because I don't even know the guy's name, but he was on some fuck them kids type of vibe. He said, in your marriage, in your relationship, fuck them kids. If you gotta go on a date night, but your kid wants a video game, too bad he gonna miss the video game. You take that money, you take your person out on a date, and you enjoy your person because fuck them kids. I mean, he said it just like that, except he didn't say fuck them kids though. So
I was gonna say he
do
didn't say
with it what you
fucking
want to do. Nah, he did. Nah, he did. But he was like, hey, that takes priority. Like I think a lot of people do that, like get behind the kids on stuff. Like, and sometimes the kids can be a shield, or be that a little barrier or something to keep you from having to deal with your spouse. I think, and you can answer this for me and be honest. Do women use kids to get out of sex? And it ain't got shit to do with, the overall picture, but I'm just saying that's just one thing I feel like happens.
um okay, so we can say this in general or we can say this for me. I'm gonna go with in general.
Okay, in general.
In general, yeah. Like yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Now, not that that's like that's not the key topic, but in that whole thing, when you're thinking about say, putting your person first over your kids, those are some of the needs of that. Your social needs with your person. You need to be having conversations. You need to be talking. Your time you spend with your person. You need to be able to spend some one-on-one time with your person, and obviously, that
Seeing if
that
I can
part,
find
the intimacy
video
part,
real quick.
and then other stuff. Yeah, find that video. The intimacy part of it, and then the other values that you get with your person, like connecting on business ventures and things like that. Um, all of that stuff is important, but kids can get in the way of that for real if you let them. So, like, yeah. Now, but the fuck them kids doctrine was real hard for me to accept because I got girls and I spoil my girls. I love spending time with them. I love talking to them. I'm all in their face, and I have a hard. Let me restate. I used to have a very hard time. I'm still not on a fuck them kids type of vibe, but I have a different outlook about prioritizing my children versus, first of all, myself. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, kids can get in the way of you taking care of you.
Hmm. That's very true.
Mm.
And the way that he says it, and like I said, I'm trying to find the video right now. Lord, I got all kinds of stuff beeping over here.
Yeah.
Um, Lord, I can't. The way that he says it is that when people put their children before their relationship and they decide that they're going to prioritize the kids versus prioritize their relationship, and they'll eventually get to the relationship, they'll eventually, once the kids are grown and gone, then they'll get back to focusing on the relationship. It doesn't work. And I know a lot of people do that, and I feel like that's very unhealthy. What happened to you? Where did you go? He disappeared. Like I heard you pop out. Where'd you go?
Yeah, I'm guess I'm having a Q like day today.
You
Shout out
are.
to Q. Damn.
He was just in here
I need to
too.
understand how to navigate myself around this shit.
It's not that hard.
No, it is not.
Um, but kids are a temporary assignment. And if you, I don't want to say do marriage right, but if you think about your relationship being a lifelong commitment,
Hmm.
you're training your kids to go and make these lifelong commitments with somebody else. So they are temporary. You're only going to have them for a little while. So wouldn't it be more beneficial to show them how to make a lifelong commitment by letting them watch you live out your lifelong commitment and live that best relationship?
Mm. I wonder though if you know how like it's important to provide for your family or whatever it is you got to do to make sure everybody eating and got clothes and got shelter. You got to do that. That's moms, dads, both parents have that responsibility, right?
Mhm.
So you know how some parents are working and they go to work all the time. They don't see you at the games. They don't be at the whatever. And kids grow up to resent that. Do you think it's possible for like children to grow up and resent their parents for loving each other too much, for putting each other before them? Do you? I
Now,
mean, I'm not laughing because it's funny, but it's like I wonder if that would be a
I mean,
thing.
there's a difference. Now, if you're the parent that she picked a man over me kind of person, you know, instead of taking care of me and making sure that I got fed and making sure that she showed up to any of my events
Yeah,
and helped me with homework or anything like that. She had to have a man. She had to go find a new husband. She had to go find a new boyfriend, or he always had to have a woman. He always had to be, in the club finding girls or if you had one of those situations, then hell yeah, they're going to be resentful. But a part of a healthy relationship, a part of a healthy marriage is that couple taking care of their family.
yeah, right
So
on.
I don't think that would be a I don't think that would be an unbalanced situation.
Yeah, see, I think it's different for you because you got boys. I have girls. Like when my girls were very young, they were jealous of their mama. Like they were jealous of their mama, and vice versa. Like
I'm a
it'd
daddy's
be some
girl.
serious catty situation. Like what the hell is going on? Like it would be
Oh,
crazy.
I'm a daddy's girl, and I will tell you in a heartbeat, because he's remarried.
Yeah. Oh, you be on that. How is that for you? What is that like? So I mean, kind of without
See,
getting too
listen, sir,
candid.
I'm gonna just tell you now. You need to hush. Don't even say nothing. You stay over
Yeah.
there in the corner. Don't even say nothing. Don't even judge me. She can stay where she at. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. We all know the
Right. Right.
circumstances and the rules. As long as she says yes, ma'am, to her elders, she's gonna be just fine.
Yes, ma'am. To her elders. Is that an Easter egg? Are you?
I'm older than her.
Oh man, what you older your daddy wife? Damn. Do you have a sound effect? Like you need to drop something like, God damn. When I came down, oh, mm-mm-mm. Where your bell at? You need to ring the bell. God damn. So you don't have to unpack all of that, but damn,
We not.
damn.
We not.
Yeah. Okay. So like I haven't experienced like the dramatic side of that, but in putting priority over like your relationship responsibilities of that and trying to manage that, it's really I think it's really different with daughters versus with sons. I think sons just be
You
like, "Oh,
know,
you going out? I'm so glad you're going. Now get your go. Take this woman
uh,
away, so we could get into our
no,
shenanigans."
no, because no, because boys can be bad too. Boys can be bad too, because my kids have asked a few questions that kind of made you give them the side eye, like, why are you asking all these questions? Why are you asking all these questions?
Yeah.
So, boys can be bad too. Now, I am exceptionally bad because I do have a real big problem with my dad, and but I also just know my place with him. So I really don't care at the end of the day who he's with and what he does, because nobody's going to interfere with my relationship with my dad or my place. We're two different
Mm.
types of relationships. So, I mean, it's not the same. It's not comparable. There's It'll never be the same type of situation. So, you know, whatever. That's just gross.
Yeah.
We'll do that another day.
Now,
But um, I I don't know. I think that some women, how do I put it? I definitely feel that some women put their kids in a position of a boyfriend or man's or husband's place when
mm,
they don't have a man.
what? I think I kind of know where you're going with this, but can you like
Like,
just?
um, that's my little man. He's the king. He's the
Oh,
little man of the house. They put this boy on this little pedestal, um, and then they excuse behaviors. I don't like that. That's something else that I don't like, that I notice a lot. Oh, boys will just be boys. Boys act like that. That's something I don't like. And then they're really mean and rough on girls, especially little black girls. I
mothers
can't
are
stand
mean
that.
to daughters. Wait, specifically from your experience, just on a level of what you've experienced, or just
In
in
general,
general.
in
Okay.
general, what I've seen in general, and it's not. it's not especially black girls, it's girls in general.
Right. And white moms have a beef with their daughters, but they let their sons get away. I ain't gonna front. Like, my mama white. I mean, she's not actually white, but if you saw my mama, you'd be like, she's
Yellow.
white.
Your mama
My
yellow.
mother's got like, yeah, she's got, these really psychedelic eyes, very, very light skin. Her father was a white man. Uh, but my grandmother, God rest my grandmother, shout out to Mary Renee, I love you, baby. She was, I think she was especially hard on all of her girls 'cause she had a lot of kids. But growing up, I don't think my sister might say, both of my sisters might say she was harder, but my sisters are bookends between three boys. They have three boys between them. So my older sister and my younger sister had a different experience growing up around my mom. Like, I don't think my mother was as lenient with my older sister as she was with my youngest sister. But I know she was definitely more lenient with my older sister than she was with me. Both of my parents was super lenient with me because I think I was a special kind of young man. I got into all kinds of shit like growing up. I got into a lot. So I think that comes down to like how your kid, the way you raise your kids versus like what how you prioritize them in your life. I think that also comes down to like how your children are, how responsive they are to like how you're raising them. If they getting down the lessons you're trying to teach them, if they picking up what you putting down and they
Hmm.
taking it in, it changes how you interact with them. But then that still creates some kind of bond, and now you got a person coming in there in that picture. Or if you're married and you have the nuclear family, is you, your wife, you, your husband, and your children. And for today, no disrespect to anybody who lives an alternative lifestyle, we can still call it that. I ain't trying to get canceled, but if
Alphabet
you,
people.
yeah, the LBGT elemental P. If you on that
Alphabet
vibe
people.
and you have a child, or a child that came into or adopted, however you got the child, your person's priority is quite different than what your kids are. So how do you balance that? Because I think it just really come down to balance, though. You know what I'm saying? And for dads, just like this thing with moms having a different way of doing things, especially when they're single, like what you said, where they have a different prioritization over their kids in their lives, and they kind of put them in this, and I'm air quoting, in a position of being their man. And it's not really like that. It's not some sick shit. You talking about like when they ain't got nobody, they single, so they just pour this love and attention on their child that
Hmm.
just misplaces the dynamic a little bit, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I know it's weird. It, but to each their own. I don't like it. I don't do it. Huh, you're blinking. You okay?
I was frozen for a minute. I was waiting on you to finish your idea, but you didn't. I think you were done then, I guess.
Yeah, I just said it was weird.
Okay. Oh, okay. But yeah, so with dads though, I think that's different. And that's because especially in like a single parent type of situation, dads don't typically have custody of their children. And then depending on what kind of situation you in, like if you got the baby mama situation where she got multiple kids, then you got your child. That part I haven't experienced that. I don't know nothing about that, but I got friends who have and dealt with that where they try and put their person first or prioritize their person a lot more, but they have a child with a mom who's got their child and then a couple of others, or their child and someone else's child. Maybe that other child just don't have daddy present, and then you got their own child, like The McDonald's guy or Jack in the Box guy. Remember that dude? That video where the guy
The
drops
one
off
that
the food.
didn't bring food for the other
Yeah,
kids.
he didn't bring food for the other kids, so she threw the food away. Like I know dudes that experience that type of stuff, and then they have their a person that they're trying to date. So their dynamic is all messed up because they prioritize that, but they got all this drama in their life. Like what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I feel for my brothers out there that's dealing with that type of stuff. But
That's just a headache.
in a situation like that, do you want to prioritize your person over your child? Like, do you want to try to get your child out of that situation so it can be you and your child? Like, damn, this. I don't know if
You just
anybody
make
out there
that
is listening
sound.
on that shit. Speak on
Listen,
it.
you're making that sound way too complicated. You're making that sound so fucking complicated. Listen, your child is going to leave. Why are you acting like you have to pick one of the relationships? They're not the same. You're not picking
Well,
one over the other.
I don't think you got to pick it. Like your child is your child forever. I mean, that relationship is cemented.
Yeah,
It's
your
it's
child is your child forever, but they're also not going to be your responsibility forever. They're
You
going to
certainly
grow up
don't
and
expect
going
it
to
to.
be out of your house.
Yeah.
But if that's going to be your person, if that's going to be your permanent relationship, if you're trying to make this person your forever, they are your, biblically speaking, spiritually speaking, they are your priority.
Yeah. Now,
And y'all's priority as a couple is that child.
well, it's each other and then the child.
Yes, but
As far as prioritization, yeah.
but
No, I don't. I don't disagree with that.
collectively it's the child. It's the couple's responsibility to take care of the child because y'all are taking care of the household. So it shouldn't be I have to pick him over the kid or the kid over him. It's we take care of the kid.
Oh no. Well, and I think what I'm targeting is the balance that's necessary to make that work. Because your children are your children, and then this whole thing about the guys who are experiencing children who live with a baby mama that's got turmoil, a whole lot of drama and shit going on. That's a different dynamic as being able to prioritize your person over your child's needs because now there are a lot of different things that happen. There are variables that happen in relationships that kind of change that. Like I know I would be distracted as hell if I knew my kids were going through a bunch of bullshit and I'm trying to, relationship my way through progress add progress in my relationship and my kids going through some shit with their mama. I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I wouldn't be able to prioritize that. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to.
So would you not date?
I probably, if my children were going through like a bunch of bullshit, I probably wouldn't date because guess what? I'm dealing with that drama, and man, that person has to, by default, deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're not involved, they got to see me in that type
But
of
that is the
mindset of shit.
responsible thing to do. At
Yeah.
least in my opinion, that's the responsible thing to do. And I commend you for saying that because at when we're in a relationship, what you go through, I go through, regardless of whether or not we live together or anything like that. When you're emotionally going through something, as long as we are connected, I go through it. And if, we're together, your kids are my kids, your problems are my problems, it doesn't matter. And when you don't want to prioritize us and us take care of those problems, if you're trying to keep everything separate, if you're trying to, well, let me just do this on my own, let me just take care of this, when you're not working as a team and you're trying to sideline shit, that's when we start falling apart as a couple. That's when we start tearing apart. That's when we need to not be dating, because you're going to create problems within that relationship. And that just brings on a whole nother set of drama and a whole nother set of problems.
Yeah.
So the
I mean,
responsible thing to do is to not date until that situation is taken care of and you can give it the proper attention. At least
yeah,
that's my opinion. I wouldn't want to put myself in that position.
yeah. No, I that's how I feel. I mean, now I've experienced some different outcomes based on what was going on, and maybe I did something different. But because of what I've experienced, also what I've things I've read and other people's experiences that I know how they share their experiences, man, I got it's no, it's just if that child's life situation is in turmoil, it's gonna be difficult for any parent that gives a shit to focus on a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So when we say when the fuck them kids doctrine, when that I calling it a doctrine like it's a religion or something, but there's a lot of people who are on that fuck them kids shit. And for me, I always was like, hey, if I have kids, and when I say if I have kids, I mean if a woman has children, she had them
Hmm.
children for me. Those are my kids. You know what I'm saying? I still feel that way, that they're mine. You know what I mean? Like they don't get to live life without me in it, regardless of what happens with the relationship between me and the person that we made the children that made those children with me. Them kids are mine, so I'm gonna always be there. Like I'm gonna always be connected. But then prioritizing that versus dating, it, it's not a slippery slope or a fine line. It just comes down to like if my kids are not okay, I mean, if they shit ain't right, I ain't no fucking way I'm prioritizing no relationship over there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I can't. I won't be in the right mindset to do it. It won't be possible. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God. I got a wonderful one. The mother of my children is a wonderful person, and she my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is great. I love my kid situation with her. I love my relationship that I have. That this person is my friend. It's not no. It ain't no funny shit going on right there. Like this is straight. Everything is straight right there. I'm good right there. Like, and a lot of people can't say that. A lot of people cannot say that. Like my shit could be really fucked up, and women know how to fuck up your day. I mean, they know how to fuck your day up real good. But no, I don't have. That's not my experience. So my girls are good, and I love my girls so much. But they don't rock the boat. So I don't necessarily feel a fuck them kids type of vibe. But I do get it though. I do get it. Now when it come
I
down to
say
certain
it
stuff,
jokingly, but trust me, I say it on a regular basis. And I say it jokingly, and I say it because I am, and because you have been here with me, you understand that I am truly a single mom. There is no, oh, I can't wait for your daddy to come pick you up moments. Like,
right?
these motherfuckers are here. They don't ever go nowhere. They're here. And there is no relief. There is no, you get to go for the summer or spring break or Christmas or, they're just here. They're just mine. They don't go nowhere. There is no relief. There is no help. It's just me. And,
Yeah,
I do have a support system. I have my sisters and, my moms and, and that's a tremendous help. But outside of that, there is no other.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I would love to say fuck them kids sometimes.
But
Um,
you just can't though. There's no,
I
my
can't.
mother used to say, pack it like a lunch. You know, you have a child, pack it like a lunch. That baby is your baby. That ain't my motherfucking baby. That's your baby. Take
And
that baby with you everywhere you go.
and I would honestly, as much as I would love to be like, please come get your kid, I would
Yeah.
not. I would not.
Right. You wouldn't.
I would have a panic attack every moment. And on the few rare occasions where it has happened, where they have left my presence, I don't do well
Hmm.
because nobody's gonna take care of them like I do. And if you know my situation and you know my kids, there's like three people in the world that I even let them go and stay with anyway, because I went through hell and high water to get these kids, and to possibly let something go wrong with them not in my presence. So I treasure them to no end. So I get the concept of not letting anybody interfere with my relationship with my kids. So like I can see where you could easily put your kids before a potential spouse.
Yeah.
Um, like I get all of that. I can see all of that and how it could happen very easily. But having boys, I can see more clearly the disservice that I'm doing to them if I were to do that. Because
Really?
I'm raising somebody's husbands.
Oh man. You know what about that? Raising somebody's husband. Now this is what I think when it comes down to that, because I'm someone's son. I have a mother. So I think that moms have a tendency to raise up you raising somebody's husband, but a lot of times what mothers do is raise the kind of husband that they wish they had, instead of just like developing your young man to be a young man that is principled, that respects himself, that doesn't allow people to disrespect him, that puts himself in a position to win, and then you teach him how to be respectful to others as well, and then you show him, you know, how to to self actualize, so he realizes his potential. I don't think a lot of moms show sons that, and then just teach them what it is like to have the nurturing and nourishing and valuable uh, admiration, respect, and love of a woman by being a really good, solid mom, but somebody who your kids can talk to and all of that kind of stuff. Like, it's a lot of things that women can instill in young men that will help protect them as they grow up. And you can't teach a boy how to be a man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of men who can't even fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? But there's a dynamic that a woman has the ability to instill in a son that shows him something. I saw a meme or a reel rather the other day, or maybe this morning, I don't know when. And it was just on some, hey, when you have a young black son, what you need to do is love on them so much that them disappointing you would just tear them apart. So you wouldn't ever have to like um, put like a military strike type of approach on raising your kids with this type of discipline, with this type of, approach. But if you love on them so hard, I'm like, okay, well, shit, if you do that, won't he be soft as a man? Won't he be soft? Like, won't he just be so tenderized because all he's experienced is love? Like,
I
I mean,
mean,
I guess.
I feel like there's a balance, and this is again why they need a mother and a father. But I feel like there's a balance.
Mhm.
But one of the I feel like I guess, having been married, there's parts of it where, yes, I'll definitely make sure that some of the things I experienced as a wife, they know and understand. You know, I don't want you to get married because you need a maid. You need to know how to cook and clean for yourself. Don't marry a woman because you need a maid. Don't get a girlfriend because you need a maid. It's not her job to, clean up after you and cook after you. But
Yeah.
that's also something that's going to be attractive to a woman is a man that can cook and clean. That can, those are attributes that are good.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. Know how to run a business. That's something that you as a man need to know how to do for yourself. You need to know how to take care of yourself. But that's also something that you want to do as a provider for a
Hmm.
household and a family. You know, there's two sides to that coin. So it's not me as a woman trying to show him how to be a man or me trying to make him into the husband that I want. It's just me saying these are some things that I need to make sure my kids know, and I would be doing them a disservice if I just put them on this little pedestal and call them these little princes and
Oh,
kings at this young
yeah, you
age.
can make it sound right.
Because you see all of these Instagram, things. Oh, he's my king and he's on this throne and all this crap. These little pictures and stuff of all these girls worshiping these kids at this young age. Boy, hell no. You ain't nobody king. You still have shit stains. I still have to tell you to wipe
TFOH.
your ass good. Fuck you.
Right. Still smell
No.
like boo boo a little bit when you come home from school. The fuck?
Did you put on deodorant? Do I still have to remind you to take a shower? You ain't nobody
Yeah.
king. You ain't even a
No.
prince yet. No.
No.
Yeah. I my son threw something away the other day and he's like, I didn't think you needed that. Excuse me? What? You didn't think I needed that? Whose bill did you pay? What was that? No, I didn't think so. Like, and that conversation got real ugly real quick. I was like, I'm sorry, don't you ever fix your mouth to think that you can tell me what you think I need. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, and I bust out the F's on him. I'm like, unless you providing all of my F's, what you think I need is inconsequential. And when I
My
explained to
lord.
him,
Hey, you know what? Speaking of that, I I saw a reel today where this young man, my brother sent it to me. Shout out to my brother. I love you too. Um, he sent it to me today. And this grandmother was, I guess she was cleaning up her grandson's room and she found his rap book and she was reading what he wrote in there. And one of the lyrics was something about she bouncing on the dick while I'm whatever. I don't know. And the grandmama said, she reads the lyric and she goes, now, do you want to lay down so I can bounce on you? And what she the point was, what business you got writing nasty stuff like this? You know what I'm saying? I know where she was going with the lesson, but what the fuck? Why did you say that, Granny? What's wrong? Why?
the face he made
Oh
when
my
I
god.
said what I said,
Oh my god.
his eyes were like this big, and he's like,
I know. Hey,
because
one time you know what? I'm not even gonna tell that story because it's about it's no, I ain't gonna tell that story. It's too bad. It's way too ratchet for spiritually ratchet.
all I know is I told him, I was like, I need you to be sure and tell your therapist I said that. I was like, matter of fact, I will tell your therapist I said
Damn.
that. Anyway, it's about that time. So next time I will just make sure I pull up some of the videos on my computer because I have a present button on here where I can actually like present them, but
Yeah.
I didn't even pull any of the videos. So our lovely listening audience will be able to hear some of the funny videos that we're talking about. But we'll save it for another day.
Yeah, right
I'm
on.
sleepy. So I think we will move up the time next week. I will make it a priority to change all of my lovely little flyers because that's the only reason I hadn't changed the time yet. I didn't have time to
The
change
flyers
my
on there.
flyers. I didn't feel like changing the flyers yet. But
Mm,
I think we'll go up maybe 30 minutes to an hour, maybe 9:30. I can wait for
right on.
I need the kids to go to bed. Like, because otherwise you'll hear like people playing in the background video games. I'm just happy the dog's not barking.
You said it now. She's gonna start barking.
Mm-mm. She's knocked out. She's been trying to chew the cone off, because she got fixed last week. It's not gonna make it to Tuesday. She gonna chew it off before then.
Dang.
Mm. Anyway, let's do final thoughts because I gotta get a nap. I get my grandbaby tomorrow. He'll be in the
Oh,
morning.
oh, babies.
Yes, I get some cuddle time.
All right then.
I can't cuddle with you, so
I'm far away.
I know.
Yeah. So, final thoughts. That's where we at then. What you got?
Charger vibrators.
Yeah.
No, go ahead with your final thoughts, and then I'll
That's
wrap.
your. Okay, cool. So, final thought for the day. Like, I think I say this often. I'm gonna just say it again. But
Don't
everything
do
that's
the
standing
pee
for
on people one.
what? What's the pee
Don't
on
do.
pee? I don't know nothing about peeing on people. What you talking
You
about?
had one that was like weird about pee.
About pee?
Yeah.
Was it? If she tell you she's a squirter, just know that there's pee in that shit. I don't know what I said.
No, that's not that one. I've heard you say that one, but that's not it.
Or are you talking about don't confuse a breath of fresh air with a fart?
Yeah, you say that one a lot.
Yeah, but this is everything that stands in the sun casts a shadow.
Yeah, you said
But
that
if
one.
you keep moving toward the light, the darkness will stay behind you. Idabo shanda. Hey, glory. Thank you, Lord.
Lord have mercy. You're such a.
Yes.
Didn't you say that one last week?
I said it last week. That shit hit. I'm like, that's some profound ass shit. Everything that stands before the sun casts a shadow. Yeah. But if you keep moving toward the light, the darkness will stay behind
Do
you.
you want to sing an old Negro spiritual right
I
now?
feel like I do. I feel like I want to, but I'm just gonna let it rest.
No, go ahead.
No, 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 we gonna let it rest. We signing off in Jesus' name. Go in
No,
peace and sin no more.
come on, just give me a something.
Ain't none of it in there. Ain't none of it in there. It's resting.
The lies.
Do you got final thoughts or no?
I feel like I need a tambourine right now. Like
Oh, you feel because
come
this,
out.
hey, that thing will preach. That will preach. The sun,
Come
everything
on.
stand in front of the sun, and that sun S-U-N or S-O-N, however you want to say it.
Come on. Would you
Yeah,
be a singing pastor? Would you be the pastor
I
that
would be.
ends the service?
And I have preached and worked in ministry in my lifetime, and I did that for a good 12, 15 years. Yeah, 15 years. So yeah, yeah, I would be a singing pastor because it's one of my gifts and talents. I would share that with the people. I
Are
do.
you the same type of pastor as Q?
I don't know. I haven't experienced that, so I don't know. I have
Okay.
cussed in the pulpit once.
Okay, so you are
In
the same kind of
in
pastor as Q.
but
All
but but
right.
but I was on some. I was and it was at a funeral. Uh,
Hell
and
doesn't count.
it was about no. I said bitch. I said
Oh
bitch.
Lord.
Yeah, I said who you calling a bitch? You know what I'm saying? And I
I
was
need the whole
referencing.
story.
I was. Oh shit! It's for another day.
I need this
Yeah,
whole story.
yeah.
Meet me
I
after the
that has
show.
happened before, but it was a reference to a song title, or a lyric, a song lyric. Um, and it was relevant to. I mean, and I don't think you can tie it around relevance. It was very.
I don't know how you
I
could
mean,
be that
it was a
relevant.
huge risk to do that because it was like no. First of all, it was at a funeral. It was at a fucking funeral in a church. Like,
I have had a couple of
yeah,
pastors say nigga in the pulpit.
yeah. I ain't never. I don't even like to call. I don't like to call people nigga. I don't like to use that word. I
I
don't.
was
I don't even my nigga. My, hey,
I was shooketh.
yeah. Usually, most pastors like they be saying Negro. I ain't never heard him hit
Nah,
with a nigga. Like I ain't
it
never
was
heard him hit
like
that.
they were it was all there.
Damn.
Anyway, all
Final
right.
thoughts for
So on
tonight.
that note, on that note, uh, again, thank everybody for joining us. We'll be here every Wednesday, somewhere between 9 and 10 ish. I am gonna try and talk LJ into singing for us one day soon.
Hey, yeah, that's possible. That'll probably happen.
All
That'll
right.
probably happen.
By the way, this is where you can find him. Tell us where to find you.
Yeah, right there on the what you see on the screen.
The
I
people
am
that are
LJ.
listening,
I'm on Instagram at the real LJ. That's THE underscore REAL underscore LJAY. You can reach me on email at invitelj@gmail.com. That's invite ljay@gmail.com. If you want to book me, if you, because obviously I'm going to have to now, I got a goddamn saying now. So when
yes, you
y'all hear me sing and you think, oh, I want to book you in your band, you want to come over here today? Yeah, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on the thing and all that, like that, there. Hit me up on the email and everything like that right there. But yeah,
that right there. That you no, I can't with you. Advertisements and sponsorship opportunities are absolutely available. We do accept donations; they are welcome, no matter how small. We do have Cash App. It's you are spiritually ratchet Cash App, and our email is the spiritually ratchet at gmail.com. You welcome to follow us and subscribe. Um, let's see here. My thought for the week. Um, be careful what you put out. We are obviously having fun and just talking about random stuff that is on social media, and it's meant to be fun, but it's permanent. So be careful what you put out. A lot of
yeah,
stuff gets put out there, and once it does, you can't take it back. And we want positiveness. So be careful what you put out and be even more careful what you take in. Take in something positive every day. Limit all the negativity, limit the news, limit the bad energy, limit the negative feeds. You don't have to accept that.
mm,
And thank you so much for hanging with us. Meditate and cuss, eat fruit and wings, hydrate with water and whiskey. I prefer tequila sometimes too. And praise the Lord and twerk for spinal health. We do that. I'm going to twerk one day. We're going to learn. I can do it. Can you twerk?
cannot twerk. I'm a really good dancer. I'm a
I'm not.
really good dancer.
I don't have rhythm.
Yeah, I think I think I'm a really good dancer, and I have been told that I'm a good dancer. Twerking,
But who
yeah.
told you that you are a really good
I
dancer?
mean, lots of people have said that. Like, I'm
But
a
are
former
they?
athlete. I'm a fathlete now, but I'm a former athlete.
You
And
said you're a fat.
I'm a fast lead now, but hey, shit, I still can do all the things I used to do. I just do that shit a little bit slower and and a little bit less. You know, yeah, I still do all that shit.
So you think you're twerking, but you're really just. On that
Hey,
note, good night, everybody.
good night, y'all.